For our group analysis video, we decided to visit Robin McLaughlin Gallery. Now, before we start, we would like to explain why we picked this particular gallery for our project. Consensus decision was made within our group that we pick a local gallery and promote it. That way, we can give an insight on what our local community has to offer to everyone in class.
This gallery consisted of artifacts along with artwork being on display for people to examine. For every exhibit, there was an information board which summarized the collections and told information about each artifact, such as the title of the piece, the date it was created, and the authors were also listed beside them. One of the main exhibits that was displayed was a 1,000-picture wall created called Betwixt and Between, an untold Tom Thomson's story, which told the story of two people trying to track down Tom Thomson's journal, as well as a lot of Thomson's artwork, which is also showcased in the same room. Another thing about the exhibition was that it had an interactive element where there were symbols on the wall that could be scanned using an app on your phone, such as how people scan barcodes. The app would then provide a quiz-like trivia about each of the artworks that you can play a game for.
Now, throughout this video, we are going to examine each of the exhibitions and bring forth existing problems or concerns that we had throughout our tour. We will also provide rational solutions that can easily improve experience for future visitors. Upon our arrival, we were greeted by the personnel at the information desk, and we were provided with a brochure and this floor plan. Now, here's the first problem that we address for this gallery. Since they are trying to eliminate tour guides and have the visitors explore the galleries themselves, this would be an opportunity for them to implement an app that the visitors can use at their own will. Most of the people visiting are using their own phones to take pictures, so instead of holding on to pamphlets, they can have all the information provided on their own devices. Another reason why this idea is convenient is that most people these days navigate to places using their own phones. So having the option of the map being readily available on their phones would be something that most visitors be accustomed to. In the case for people who are not, can easily adapt to it as well. As you can see, there are 4 exhibitions in total, and we were able to examine only 3 on the day of our visit. Unfortunately, the 4th exhibition was closed that day due to renovations, so we will be focusing on the remaining 3. Now, the first exhibition that the gallery had was along the entrance, and it was called Andil Gosein's All the Flowers. Andil is a local resident of Oshawa, and this exhibition is dedicated to his life. All the artworks are about his upbringing as he struggled through personal desires and vulnerabilities. Gosein uses the Explorer flower as a key icon throughout his artwork. Now, here are some of the artworks from the exhibition. One of the few concerns we had with the exhibition room was that it was really big. The artwork was all spaced out throughout the room. What they could have done was, instead of using TV to play his documentary, they could have used a projector instead to show his movie against the wall. The exhibition also had a lot of upbeat music playing in the background. They could have implemented colorful lighting that would have changed colors to the beat. As it is shown on the right, there are special light bulbs that could have been used, commonly known as Philip Hue. They're controlled using Wi-Fi and can be programmed using an app to change colors with different types of music playing in the background. The second exhibition that we looked at was We All Have Something Called Home. This is a community source exhibition that is showing personal stories through treasured objects that was left behind by members of an African descent community from Barbados. Now, here are some of the artworks from the exhibition. this exhibition was the most fascinating one to us, as it was so culturally enriched. What it lacked the most was there was a technologically interactive element missing. This exhibition was based on Speak Your Truth campaign that the gallery was promoting. At the end of the exhibition, there was this large sheet of paper where the visitors were allowed to share their experiences. Now, instead of this, we could have a projected capacitive technology, commonly known as PCT, which are already being implemented in local malls, restaurants, one being McDonald's, or even bus stations. The last exhibition was Tom Thompson's Untold Story. This exhibition is one of the gallery's main attractions. Tom Thompson was a well-known Canadian artist from the early 20th century. This exhibition is based on his journal that was discovered by two explorers. The journal consisted of a map of Algonquin Park, which is where Tom Thompson passed away. All of the findings are displayed throughout the room. This was the only exhibition that had virtual interactive app element to it. Now here are some of the artworks from the exhibition and the demonstration of the app.
The first problem with the app was that it was not very interactive for the user. Unfortunately, when doing trivia on the art piece that you had selected, it would only give you the first question and not do anything else after that. Because of this problem, it was hard to fully understand and get immersed in the painting because there was not a lot of information available for the person that was viewing the art to have. Another issue with the app was that a lot of the barcodes that were on the wall in the exhibit didn't work. What this means is that even if someone were interested in the art piece, there would be no guarantee that they could use the app to look at trivia. Because of this, people would get turned off and not be as interested or involved due to a lack of information for them to have, even if they were initially interested in the art piece. The final problem with the app is that it failed to give any augmented reality when it was supposed to. Without this new technology, even a simple trivia quiz can be very plain and stale, but with the augmented reality, it could make everything come to life. An idea we had to modernize the gallery, as well as make it a hotspot for people, is to start using virtual reality in the art sets. Even though the augmented reality was a good first step, putting it in all exhibits instead of just one and upgrading it to virtual reality can make the gallery feel very new and technology advanced. The gallery had a large focus on Tom Thompson, and a lot of his artwork was being displayed there. Because he is pretty famous, as well as being a Canadian, people will be interested in him. But to reach out to the younger audience and the people who are more tech-savvy, recreating these art pieces in virtual reality can really give a sense of being in the picture and make people feel the way he did and think the way he did while creating this piece, while also creating a lot of buzz around the gallery due to this being a very new concept that has not been looked at before.
Now, besides the exhibition, The gallery also had Imagination Station. This is located on the northeast corner of the gallery. Here is a video of what it has for kids to expand their imagination. Now this station is where kids join in and work on their own artwork and leave them on a sheet, just like the Speak the Truth campaign. There are many ways that this station can be improved. We can use technology to get kids involved and help them innovate. All the solutions that were suggested for each of the exhibitions can be incorporated here. The PCT and the VR being two of the solutions that would be perfect, as they're something that the younger generations are getting familiar with in their daily lives.
The issues we found with the gallery were that majority of the technology being used was just on simple technological devices such as TVs and projectors, and it displayed simple pieces of information. The app that I mentioned above about the quiz-like trivia game also had not been working during that day, and even so was only used for one of the exhibits. Another solution we came up with was to use flashy things like a light show or more interactive forms of technology, therefore drawing in more attention due to people's curiosity and to help gain visitors from different generations, older and younger. For the last solution, because the gallery has a lot of paintings of nature, it isn't always the most interesting thing to look at, since the paintings can feel bland and washed down and can get repetitive. This might make people lose interest fast, especially younger generations. By incorporating technology to enhance the art and showcase it in new ways, there will be a larger audience that this can attract, and it'll bring entertainment to them too. It'll open the eyes of people from different generations while making them appreciate the art in new lights. One of the ideas we had for this was to be able to see the pictures recreated in virtual reality. This helps a few of our solutions by making the viewer feel more immersed and have a better connection to the painting, as well as having an entirely new way to view art compared to a canvas on a wall. The solutions that we have come up with can really help this gallery become a hotspot for people to visit, including tourists and locals. It will help modernize the gallery and reach out to the younger generations to make them take an interest in art again, because paintings on a wall aren't the type of media they are looking to see. By giving more information on the art and the author, it can really make the viewer retain the information as well as understand the thought process and reason behind the piece of art that is being looked at.